Hello world, my name is Chromaray and welcome back to Kill or Love. Morning everyone. The patients all greet her, so do I. Well, I'm happy to see you finally stopped being Mr. Grump. Well, do you feel better? Does the leg still hurt? I'm a little better, I guess. At peace. That's great. You'll be up on your feet in no time, I'm sure. Free to come back home. I laugh like hell. Anna probably didn't see what's so funny. She smiles vacantly. I guess she does love me in her own way. It doesn't matter, though. Remembering the pain she caused me has given me conviction. My heart is set on killing her. August 18th. My health is vastly improving. Doctor's words, those. And I feel it. I don't wake up at night so much anymore, choking on pain. And I don't get so angry anymore that I have to chew my own fingers so I don't end up shouting. I really am at peace. I know what to do. And I know I have to do it. I feel like I don't have a choice in the matter. I'm a train going down a set of tracks at a few hundred miles per hour. No turns, no brakes. Whatever happens will happen. It's strangely calming. For now, I'll keep on writing. I know a good point to stop. So he's gone off the deep end. After Grace left, I spent that first night alone on the kitchen floor. It was where my legs happened to give in under me. After hours of walking back and forth in the apartment, I had paced around like a caged animal, looking under pillows, carpets, and poking my head in closets. I don't know why. Why would you do that? You must be very anxious. Maybe I thought I'd find her there. I woke up in the afternoon with a blanket over me. I thought that Grace had done it, that she'd come back. She hadn't. I guess it must have been Anna. I didn't go back to work. I didn't eat. I don't remember drinking any water, but I must have, and I must have slept a lot too. It turned out I needed Grace more than I thought I did. Certainly more than she needed me. I was all alone that day, that night, and the day after, too, right up until the evening. That's when she made her move. The windows were closed, and the blinds were drawn. It must have been stuffy and hot in that apartment. I lay on the couch. I held to my chest the sweater Grace had left me. I was about to slip uncomfortably into sleep when the door opened. My heart skipped a beat before the sight of the person coming in disappointed me. Is this your apartment, or is this hers? It can't be hers. Why would you walk into yours, though? Hello. Jack? I stared at her. What's wrong? A stare. She tried to get me to talk, but I was not in the mood to talk. Eventually, she found the letter still on the table, pretended to find it. Oh, Jack. Oh, darling. Go away, you. You're hurt. I know. She's terrible, isn't she? To have to hurt you so badly. The sweater was soft against my skin. It smelled of her. I know she's awful. Let me help. She brought her hand near my face and turned my head away. I'm the only one who can make you happy, don't you know? You won't have to remember that girl ever again. You won't know. You won't want to, I promise. Her hand found my cheek. It had been only 2 days since I'd last touched her, but it was like I had already forgotten a person's warmth. I raised my hand to bat hers away, and I found that I couldn't do it. Instead, I put my hands on hers. I was close to tears. There were so many emotions in me that confused and overwhelmed me. But Anna was here, and she was whispering that she'd never leave. We made love there, on the couch! What? Why? Afterwards, I used the sweater to wipe the sweat off. What the hell? Are you remembering everything now? Anna lay next to me, soft and warm, both her arms and wrapped around one of mine. In the morning, after the long night, Anna looked to me and asked me a question. I'm tired, aren't you? Uh-huh. I won't go to work today. I'll call in sick. What about you? I don't know. I won't go to work. I hadn't thought about it at all. It was so irrelevant. That's a good idea. Hey, I'm going to my apartment. I want to have a nice hot shower. Come with? Sure. Yes. My apartment had perfectly working shower, of course, but I didn't want to be by myself. I was scared. You should be scared of Anna not taking a shower with her. After I had a shower at her place, Anna told me I could stay there a while. Until you feel better, she told me. What do you say? I said yes, and that's how it went. I don't feel shame for what I did. I know I should, but I don't. The problem is I don't really feel like I did any of that. It's more like I was watching myself do those things, watching myself get tricked and cheat on Grace and live with that woman who's caused so much misery to so many people. I know I should be ashamed. It's disgusting, the thing I did, and I can't take it back. I let myself be made into an animal. The one whole month is something I'd like to forget and to never remember, so I won't write about it or about anything anymore. I've written enough. I'm done. This journal has helped me a lot, but I don't need it anymore. Then it's goodbye. So goodbye, JF. I woke up and found the room dark. Incredibly dark. It didn't matter if my eyes were open or closed. That image didn't change. Chapter 5. Something wasn't right. The air smelled different. Grace made a soft moaning noise in her sleep. She lay next to me. I reached down to make absolutely sure she was there. Jack? What? To hear her voice instead was like me finding a snake in my bed. I almost fell over a nightstand. Are you okay? Bad dream? Stay. She touched me, skin against skin. I remembered where I was and why I was here. Better? Yeah. Sorry about that. Good. I settled back into my side of the bed. Anna ruffled my hair. You startled me. I didn't mean to. My nose is like very stuffy because my allergies are going wonky today. So, yeah, I'm sorry I can't do her voice. But we'll try. It's okay. I know you wouldn't do that. Because you love me. Dear Diary, it's all been worth it. All the years of waiting and hoping have been so worth it. I never expected it to go off as well as it did. Now I feel so silly I ever worried. Grace, the horror, is out of the picture. It was easy. She was so scared of everything, and Jack is all... Oh, I'm the girl again. I expected he would struggle a lot more. I'm so proud of him. Even in the terrible state, he's in no mentions of us at all. He knew in his heart he should pick me over her. You're so cute, Jack, the way you're absolutely helpless without me. I'll pamper you a little more. I can do that. There's no hurry. There's no rush. We've reached our happy ending. That reminds me of an anime. I paced around Anna's bedroom. Step, 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 step. Turn. Step, step, step. Turn. Step, step, step. Turn. It wasn't a very large room. About the same size as mine, and step, step, step. Turn. It was dark. The curtains were drawn, but it would have been dark without them too. The alarm clock's neon green digits hovering in the dark showed that it was 5:10 a.m. and that it was Monday. Step, step, step. Turn. Anna's bed sheets rustled. She mumbled something and sat up. Turn. Jack, why are you... I took in a deep breath. It helped me keep my voice from shaking as I answered. It's nothing. Go back to sleep. What is it? Something's wrong, isn't it? Tell me. I'll make it go away. No, please. It's stupid. Tell me. I stepped closer to the bed, banged my shin on its side, and sighed. It's Monday. Anna glanced over my shoulder and the alarm clock. Yep, it is. So? I have work. When I came back to an empty apartment, it was early Friday morning. I had missed work on Friday. I must be on thin ice already. I didn't even call in. And? Just don't go. But if I don't go today, they'll fire me for sure. So? What do you mean, so? This is serious. Don't be upset. Here. Anna got up lazily and kissed me. Held me even. We stood there for a few moments in silence. There, Doesn't it all seem better now? But I still... Uh-huh. No, sweetie, you stay in today. She pressed herself harder against me. I felt her softness, the heat of her body. I could hardly feel anything else. You don't want to go to work, do you? I don't. I mean, I have to. You don't have to. It'll be fine. The world won't end. I was going to complain again, but she pressed a finger to my lips. You know what? An idea just came to me. If you move out of that awful apartment and come live with me instead, you won't have to work in that awful store anymore either. That sounds nice, doesn't it? It sounded so good. Anna understood me so well, but I wasn't sure of myself. I asked if it was really fine for me to stay here for good. Of course. I wouldn't want you anywhere else. Dear Diary, oh my god, oh goodness, how is this going so well? It never worked so well before, not with the patients I tried it on. Oh, I'm the girl. What? She's done this to multiple people? Multiple patients? Is that why they're all disappearing one at a time? It never worked so well before, not with the patients I tried it on. Even though they were terminal, even though they had no one to visit them, all of them kept being themselves right up to the end. But with Jack, I can do anything. He's like clay. I can change him into anyone, anything I want. How awful. He's so lucky that it's me doing this. Could you imagine if someone else with this kind of responsibility? No. What am I saying? Nobody else could make him so willing to change. Me. Only me. He's only like this because he loves me so much. He's always loved me, even when he didn't realize it. And he'll always love me, and I'll always love him, and we'll be together forever. Forever. I'm so happy I could scream! Right now, I'm only teasing him a little, but that's okay. We have all the time in the world. Unlike those other boys, he's not about to expire. Days went by, maybe a week. Jack, come on, Jack. A laugh. If you don't let go of me, I can't go to work, you know? Then don't go. Stay here. Hey, one of us has to go. We need it to live. I need you to live. Huh. That's very sweet, but I still have to go. I wouldn't budge. She ran her fingers through my hair. I liked that. If you let go of me now, I promise I'll have a special surprise for you when I get back. Really? Really, I promise. Okay. I forced myself to let go. After she went away, I lay back down in the bed. I waited for her to come back. I did nothing else. I just sat there twiddling my thumbs until I saw her face again. Anna's surprise was a big plastic bag. It was swollen, full of something. I looked at her, then at it, then at her, and I frowned. You'll see. No, please tell me it's not what I think it is. Come, we need to go somewhere. Go outside? Yes. Isn't that exciting? I looked away. What, you don't want to? I held up a pillow in front of me. It was meant to act as a barrier. Oh, you big scaredy cat. Come on. She took my arm and pulled. I wouldn't go. Her grip was strong, or maybe I'd gotten weak, but I stayed in place. Huh? So you really don't want to go? How come we just can't stay here? Oh, sweetie. I don't want the apartment to burn down. She made me dress in outside clothes. They were rugged and cold. The outside was even more rugged and cold. The street was wet. It must have rained. The people there were giving me looks. They were looking at me like I was trash. Why? What had I done to them? What had I done to anyone? Oh, hey. Ease up a little. You'll hurt my hand. I'm sorry. That's okay. If you really don't feel like it, we can go back home right now. Really? Yes. But I know you can do this. So will you do it for me? Yeah, okay. Great. Thank you, Jack. You're so good to me. We walked for over 15 minutes. My feet hurt, and my legs made clicking noises. I hadn't really walked in over a week, because she's mind-controlling him, and I bet she has the girl's head in the bag or something worse. But I didn't complain. We're almost there. Do you know where we are? I shook my head. Anna had led me somewhere I'd never been. Each street we'd passed was dirtier and grayer and more abandoned than the last, and the people looked at us all the more meanly. I thought they were going to hurt us, but Anna, she wasn't afraid, so I did my best to be brave too. Whatever she had in the plastic bag, it wasn't heavy. The bag was so full it was almost the shape of a big ball, but it still swung so lightly. No, heads are in the shape of balls. I mean, on Grace's head. What do you think is in there? Anna had noticed me looking. I don't know. Want to guess? I've already guessed. I didn't. I told her I didn't. I told her I couldn't think of anything. Oh, well, you'll see soon enough. Our destination, I saw 5 minutes later, was an empty street. A whole street, blocks and blocks of it completely abandoned. The pavement was cracked, the buildings that still stood were hollow, and everything was overgrown with weeds. It was more of a jungle than a city street. It was ugly. I hated even to look at it. Isn't it so beautiful? Yeah. I'll show you the best spot here. It's my favorite. But it'll be our secret. Our secret, okay? You can't tell anyone else. Okay. We passed through a tunnel-like opening set in the tall, wide building. Beyond it was a field of brown-yellow grass. It came up to my chest. Surrounding the grass were the sides of a large apartment building. This used to be its courtyard. The building was a mottled, ugly gray. It had most likely been a prettier color before it burned down. It had so many windows, none of which had glass in them. They gaped down at us, empty and dark. On a spot was a square patch of concrete in the middle of the overgrown courtyard. Once there, Anna handed me something from the plastic bag. It was a small gas canister and a box of matches. No. Then she emptied the rest of the bag out on the concrete. When I saw the contents, my chest tightened and I started to hurt. Anna, this is... On the ground were a few post-it notes, a pair of shoes, but mostly clothes. I had seen them before. They had belonged to someone I knew. Who? You completely forgot about Grace? At least it's on her head. Someone I had known an eternity ago. An eternity ago, too long ago to remember, but I knew these things were important. You know what this is? Yes. I shouldn't. It's fine, if you still recognize them. Completely fine. You're not mad? I'm not mad. Give me that. Anna grabbed the gas canister from my hands. She poured the gas onto the clothes and shoes and post-it notes down to the last drop. She then tossed the canister aside and stepped away. The canister made a tinny, empty sound as it hit the concrete. Trunk, trunk. After that, there was silence. Anna? Should I... What do you think you should do? Are you really not mad? Do what you think you need to do, Jack. And do it quick, it's growing dark. And I didn't bring a flashlight, so I did what I thought I needed to do. That was loud as frick. I lit a match. It took me 3 times to get it right because of my clumsy fingers. Cradling the little fire with my hands, I brought it over to her things. They were wet and stank of gasoline. I held the match above them. Why are you hesitating? Don't you want to do this? I don't know. I needed to do what Anna wanted me to do, but the thought of doing it made me want to lie down and cry. I couldn't explain those things, why they were so dear to me. They just were. The flame had almost reached my fingers. Anna, I don't think. Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! I dropped the match. The little fire touched the gasoline and bloomed. The sudden heat made me step back. Those things, those shoes and clothes and little yellow notes were already crackling and turning into charcoal. Anna stood by me. I waited for her to scold me, but she didn't. She put her hand in mine, our fingers interlocked. You did so well. I did? Yes. When it came down to it, you did exactly what you should. I'm proud of you. A warmth filled my chest. My worry for those scattered pieces of nothing on the ground faded away. It was with the love of my life, and she loved me and was proud of me. How could I care about I couldn't even remember what it had been anymore. Old clothes? Whatever. Anna giggled. Ha 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 ha. It made me so glad to see Anna happy. I pulled her closer. After a good minute of laughing, she sighed as if spent and looked up at me. Wasn't that fun? Yep. The things on the ground had already gone out. They were black and unrecognizable. Let's go back home. Okay, Anna. Haha, you're so happy, aren't you? And why wouldn't you be? I'm happy too. The happiest I've ever been. Me too. The happiest I've ever been. Really? Yep. Thank you, Jack. That means the world to me. We went away, hand in hand. But before we walked into the grass again, I looked back one last time at the things I had burned. Something moved at the edge of my vision, up in one of the glassless windows. I looked again, but it was gone. Why is Grace in the window? What? I'm guessing that's her. This place is dangerous. Huh? Are there people here? Oh, you know what? There just might be bad people. We should get home as soon as we can. Yes, home. Where it's safe. That little slut. I hope she had a good look. That little slut. I hope she had a good look at us. That's a weird voice. I hope she had a good look at us, burning all that trash of hers. At Jack burning it. God, I'm so proud of him, it hurts. I can't believe it. I miscalculated, though. I thought Grace was gone for good. But then there she was in our hallway, asking where Jack was and what I had done with him. All this while, Jack was right on the other side of the door. Can you imagine what would have happened if I wasn't there? She would have knocked on the door or rung the doorbell, and she would have probably called out too. It would have scared Jack so badly, I can't bear to think about it. Thankfully, I wasn't wrong about everything to do with her. She hasn't called the police. I knew she wouldn't. I just didn't think she'd come back after all. She was still scared as a little lamb. Her hands shook while she demanded I tell her what happened to Jack. He can't be in there, can he? Well, Grace is back in the mix. Thank you for watching, and we'll meet again in the next contingency. And hopefully my nose will not be plugged anymore.